morning, ladies and gentlemen. You're watching The Inside Scoop. I'm your host, Steve Scanlon. And on stage with me this week is my guest,
Joe.
Someone named Joe. Nice to meet you. Only kidding, folks. Our regular guest will be our co-host this evening, as we're gonna have, what's her name?
Call her Lily, but Bubba calls her Emma Lily.
Emma Lily. I'm not sure if she's going to talk to you or to the camera, Joe. I guess you can understand what she says. Anyways, my regular co-host not able to attend tonight as he is moving to the great city of Attleboro.
Oh, brother, here we go.
So that means he'll be closer to where you live, Joe.
Yes?
Yeah, you're not far from South Attleboro. Up the road 5 minutes.
Oh, yeah.
True. Okay, well, we got a few things to mention tonight, as Joe has a list of wrestling results of the WWE Elimination Chamber. But before we get to that, he has another list of deaths. Now, Joe, if you don't mind, who passed away recently within the last 2 weeks?
I've only got two. I'll start with the man that directed the first two Ghostbusters movie, Ivan Reitman.
I used to love watching, I seen the Ghostbuster movies, and I used to love watching them over and over again.
Yeah.
So the director passed away?
Yep.
Wow. Do you know from what?
No, I don't.
Okay.
And
how old was he? Oh, you don't know?
I'm not sure.
Now, before you go on with the second death, Ghostbusters, you've seen the movies?
Yes, I have.
I think you got the movies.
Yes, I do.
And to fast forward, I think in the 1980s, those movies came out?
Yeah, I think so.
Or at least the first one.
Yeah.
Then if you were to fast forward to the 1990s, the late 1990s, there was something that came out on TV shows. It was paranormal shows.
Yeah.
And one group was ghost hunters. Mm-hmm. And some people call them Ghostbusters. But ghost hunters did the same thing, investigated paranormal stuff, but they weren't busters. They were trying to understand the reasoning behind paranormal activity at these different locations, and to help out the families or people who work at these jobs that are haunted. And to this day, I believe paranormal shows are still on, and they still got paranormal groups, especially TAPS, straight out of, are they from Warwick, Rhode Island?
Yeah.
And they still do paranormal stuff. And you and I did some paranormal investigations over the years. We'll save that for another show. I like to talk about some of those paranormal cases. Now, Ghostbusters, the director passed away recently. Now, who else from the Ghostbuster movies passed away already?
Harold Ramis, who played Egon Spengler.
Okay.
He's the only one, as far as I know.
Now, they had some well-known actors and actresses in that movie franchise.
Yeah.
But Bill Murray, was he part of the Ghostbusters?
Yes, he was.
Bill Murray was in that movie, and usually, that was a serious role he had, right? Usually he's in a comedy type of role.
Well, the movie was basically, I think, like a comedy anyway.
Oh, okay. All right. You got another name listed on that death list. Yeah. And who's that?
A former WWE, WCW referee, Mickey Henson, who also won the name of Mickey J.
Now, I didn't recognize the name. However, when you showed me a picture of him on your phone, I recognized who he was, and I did see him on WWE programming. I don't remember watching him wrestle, but I do remember him refereeing for the WWE. Yeah. So he passed away.
Yeah.
Did they give his age?
I believe it was 59, I think.
Well, that's young. Okay, you have any other deaths?
No, just those two. I've been keeping an eye on things, but I haven't seen
Okay.
anything.
Now, you told me you had a birthday announcement to make.
Oh yeah, this past Monday would have been my grandfather's 104th birthday.
Wow. No, he has the same name as you got. You're the
Yes.
4th, right?
Yes, he was junior.
So when you end up having a son, he'll be the 5th.
Yeah, if I find the right person.
So he'll plead the 5th. Okay, well, before we get to the wrestling results, is there anything else you want to mention about birthdays or deaths?
No.
No? Okay. So, we're going to go to the results of the WWE Elimination Chamber pay-per-view that was on this past Saturday.
Yep.
I forgot what the date was. You remember the
February 19th.
date? February 19th. Excuse me. Noon until about 3 o'clock, I believe. It was 3
so,
hours.
yeah.
So noon to 3 Eastern Standard Time. Now, this pay-per-view took place overseas, over in Saudi Arabia.
Yes.
And they announced Saudi Arabia as the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. Now, they have a king or a president or
I know
a
nothing
prime
about
minister.
what
I don't know
goes
either.
there.
Because when I think of kingdom, I think of a king.
Yeah.
Too bad Jerry Lawler didn't wrestle that night. He would have been at home. Okay, so what are the results of the matches, Joe?
Well, we got the men's elimination chamber match, which was for the WWE title. Participants were Lashley, Bobby Lashley, Brock Lesnar, Austin Theory, Seth Rollins, Riddle, and AJ Styles, and Lesnar is the new champ.
Yeah, so Lesnar ended up being the sole winner as he is the champion once again.
And somehow Lashley got knocked out of it. He wasn't even in the match yet, and he got knocked out of it because something happened. One of the wrestlers got thrown into his pod, and they said he had a concussion.
Yeah, so he wasn't allowed to compete because of that concussion, which you can't blame him. You know, he must be really upset once again losing the title, especially under that circumstance.
Yeah.
But he has a rematch against Brock Lesnar. For those of you who watched Raw this past week, on Saturday night, I'm not sure which, is it Saturday night before the pay-per-view, or was it the Saturday night in 2 weeks?
I'm not even sure. I don't
Over
even
in,
understand what's going on
Madison
with that.
Square Garden, Brock Lesnar will face in a rematch. He'll defend the title against Bobby Lashley. And WrestleMania is around the corner, so if Brock Lesnar shall retain the title, it'll be title versus title, as he will face Roman Reigns at WrestleMania. The winner will get both titles. Now, I wonder if that's the case, if they're going to merge the two championship titles into one title,
I don't know what's going on.
or are they going to have the winner defend that title of that brand on SmackDown, then on Monday compete on Raw to defend the title. If that's the case, it's going to be quite busy wrestling.
Yeah. You got the Raw Women's title, Becky Lynch versus Hall of Famer Lita, and Becky won.
That was a surprise. I mean, Becky is talented, but you and I both picked Lita to win that. I believe Bubba picked not Beth,
Becky?
Becky. So you and I were wrong on our prediction for that match, but both of us would have liked to see Lita once again win the Women's Championship.
SmackDown tag titles, Usos against the Vikings, there was no match. Because just as the Vikings were coming down the ramp, the Usos came out of nowhere and started.
Sneak attacked them.
Yeah.
That's a bummer, because that would have been a great tag team match to watch. And I hope they have, perhaps maybe WrestleMania, have that match take place, because I think that would be a good match to see, regardless what pay-per-view it's on.
Okay, the Universal title, Roman Reigns against Goldberg. Reigns won.
That surprised me, honestly. I mean, I didn't think Goldberg was gonna win. I hope that he did because I'm not a Roman Reigns fan. But to see Roman Reigns make Goldberg, was it pass out? I believe he passed out.
So,
And that surprised me. But if you were to rewind that match, going back to the late 90s when Goldberg was undefeated and in his prime, I think the outcome would have been different. I think Goldberg would have won. But where Goldberg is in his 50s now, was he almost 60 or something?
I'm not sure.
And with him being up there in age, I mean, I'm not saying if you're in your 50s, you're old. I apologize if it seems that way. I mean, you're in your 50s.
Yeah.
I'm close to 50 in a few years. But it's like one of those things, if Goldberg was in his prime, younger, in his 30s, mid-30s, I think he would have beaten Roman Reigns. But to give Roman Reigns credit to make him pass out, because the referee checked Goldberg's hand and he wasn't moving, so Roman Reigns made Goldberg pass out. So I got to give credit to Roman Reigns for being able to do that. Not many people could say they were able to do that to Goldberg.
Yeah. Had a Falls Count Anywhere match between Drew McIntyre and Madcap Moss, and Drew won.
I saw parts of that match. He, at the end of the match, was carrying his sword. Did he end up using his sword in any way during that match? Like the handle of the sword? Because obviously he didn't use the blade because...
he didn't use it for anything. Just the threat, that was about it.
Okay.
Then we got the Women's Elimination Chamber match. Was the winner would win a shot at the Raw Women's title at WrestleMania. It was Rhea Ripley, Bianca Belair, Liv Morgan, Doudrop, Nikki Cross, and Alexa Bliss, and Bianca won.
That doesn't surprise me that she won, but both of us wanted someone else to win that match.
Yeah.
And who's that, Joe?
Alexa Bliss.
Exactly. But Alexa Bliss, she's quite popular nowadays, and she recently, last few Raw episodes, she had counseling.
Yeah.
And so hopefully she'll start going on a winning streak again and win herself a women's championship in the near future.
Yeah.
That'll be great.
Women's tag team match. It was Naomi and Ronda Rousey against Charlotte Flair and Sonya Deville, and Naomi and Ronda won.
Yeah, I mean, I don't see anyone. Well, this is WWE Sports Entertainment. It's not MMA. I mean, I do see some of these women being able to beat Ronda Rousey, but if Ronda Rousey was to compete against them in a MMA match, I don't see anyone in the WWE beating her. So, I mean, that don't surprise me. They end up winning that match. I mean, yes, it was a WWE
Well, one of the things,
match.
too, is Ronda Rousey had to wrestle with one arm behind her back.
Yeah.
Still won.
I mean, even though, see, with the MMA fighter, not only are their hands dangerous, but their feet are dangerous too. She got in quite a few good kicks in that match. So it's like, even though she wrestled one arm behind her back, she's still lethal with her kicks. And that was it for their pay-per-view. Now, there was one match that did not take place that was supposed to take place at Elimination Chamber, and I don't know why. That was the guy from Jackass movies,
Johnny Knoxville.
Johnny Knoxville against Sami Zayn. And I didn't see that match at all. Did you see that match? Now, there was another match. It was in the pre-show. It was Rey Mysterio one-on-one against The Miz.
Yeah.
at ringside was Ray's son, Dominic, and he was told to leave the ringside by the referee. But Rey Mysterio ended up with the win.
Yeah.
And that was a good match they put on prior to the pay-per-view itself.
Yeah.
Now, there's a big, I think there's a big time difference among the two places. But the one thing I disliked is I understand their heritage and stuff, but I felt bad for the women wrestlers. They had to wear full bodysuits in their wrestling matches. I mean, yeah, it's the talent that they put on is great, but it's like, I don't think it's right that they gotta wear full body clothing and the men don't have to, and the men can wear their regular tights. But I think it's their heritage, right? They gotta have the women cover up.
Probably, yeah.
But all in all, I think the women and the men for the WWE put on a great pay-per-view. I liked it, and I'm glad that I watched it. How about you, Joe?
Yeah, I did too.
Okay, the next pay-per-view is what? WrestleMania?
I think so.
That's going to take place in March, and it's a two-night WrestleMania show once again.
No, actually, it's going to take place in April.
Oh, in April. Okay, I'm wrong on the month. Okay, there's one pay-per-view in March. I don't know what it is yet.
I don't know either.
We'll find out by next show which pay-per-view is next month. But on WrestleMania, there's going to be a two-night show, Saturday and Sunday. And I think they started that, 2 years ago because of COVID?
Yeah, I think so.
I wonder if they're going to keep WrestleMania a two-night pay-per-view. I think they should, because they'll have more matches to have at WrestleMania. Now, my question to you, Joe, is WrestleMania is taking place on a Saturday and a Sunday. At WrestleMania, or should I say, usually the night before WrestleMania is the Hall of Fame ceremony. When is the Hall of Fame ceremony taking place this year? Is it on a Friday night or a Saturday night?
They said it's going to be the first, which is
April
April Fool's Day.
Well, I don't know
Randy
what day
Orton's
that falls on.
which is Randy Orton's birthday too.
So he's an April Fool. So that might be on a Friday night, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
So they're going to have the WWE Hall of Fame ceremony on a Friday night, WrestleMania on a Saturday night, and on a Sunday night, a two-night show. My next question, Joe, is, are they going to have SmackDown on Friday night since they have their Hall of Fame ceremony?
I don't know. That's a good question.
I remember SmackDown changing nights from Thursday night to a Tuesday night. Might have been on a Wednesday night too, right?
No, I
No?
don't think
So a Thursday night to a Tuesday night SmackDown to a Friday night SmackDown. So who knows? They might have SmackDown on a different night that week.
Now that you mentioned the Hall of Fame, there is another one on that.
So they made our first induction for the 2022 Hall of Fame?
Yep. They
And
announced
who made that be?
the dead man, the Undertaker.
Oh, he's finally in it.
Yep.
Wow. Is he going to be advertised as the dead man?
I don't know. I just like to use his nickname. The nickname he would use for him.
Well, his brother, kayfabe brother, Kane, is already in the Hall of Fame. And I think he's a mayor of a city.
Yeah, I think somewhere like Knoxville, Tennessee, or somewhere.
And the guy who played his father and also manager
Passed away.
passed away, but he's also in the Hall of Fame too, right?
Yeah, I believe so.
Paul Bearer. So Paul Bearer and Kane is in it. So finally, the Undertaker is in it. To my surprise, there were many great wrestlers who joined the Federation after him. And they were already inducted, and now the Undertaker is finally inducted into the Hall of Fame. I think it's long overdue for him to be a inductee.
Yeah.
I wonder who's going to induct him since his brother and his father passed away.
Well, your brother Jay was saying probably maybe Vince, but I'm thinking maybe Kane, but...
Oh, it could be Kane. Actually, yeah, I'm sorry. I apologize. I said his brother passed away. Kane is still alive, folks. I made a mistake. I said he passed away. He's still alive. That'd be interesting to see Kane induct him. I wonder if Kane will wear his mask or or not, or if he's going to be in his Kane outfit, or if he's going to be in his mayor outfit.
Probably the suit, like he used to wear the suits when he was part of the
Corporation?
not the corporation. The thing with what was it? They called it
General manager?
Oh, when he was with Stephanie and
Corporation?
Yeah, it might be the corporation. I think.
Well, that'll be interesting. So they got one big and one popular inductee. So it'll be interesting to see who they'll announce to be. Who else will be announced to be in this year's WWE Hall of Fame? Okay. Let's do something for the next minute. Let's try to predict who else is going to be in it for this year. Is Coco Beware in it yet?
I believe he is. Yes.
Okay. Okay, well, I'll be here thinking it. Okay, let's skip that question. Okay, well, WWE made an announcement on TV, and we got excited when we found out where it was going to take place. Now, Dunkin' Donuts Center in Providence is going to host a pay-per-view for the WWE. Is it next month?
May.
It's in May. Okay. WWE will be coming to Providence in May for Backlash?
Yep.
WrestleMania Backlash. They call it WrestleMania Backlash for some reason, but Backlash, WrestleMania Backlash is the new name, is coming to Providence in May, and that's going to be interesting because didn't they come to Providence before for a Backlash pay-per-view?
Yeah, I remember it was like in 09 or 2010 they had one.
Okay.
Backlash.
And wasn't it like the first Backlash pay-per-view that was held there?
Probably, I'm not sure.
No, we attended some shows over in Providence in the past.
Yeah.
For both, at the time it was WWF, which is WWE nowadays, and WCW.
Yeah.
We saw Nitro, Raw, I believe it was SmackDown.
I seen Nitro, but I saw Nitro over at the TD North.
Okay, so you didn't see Nitro over at Providence with
No,
me? And
I was there for one of their card shows.
Okay, so you've been to Providence for a card show for WCW?
Yes.
WWE as well. Because I remember going to a WWF card show with you.
Yeah, a few years ago, yeah.
They had a Royal Rumble at their Providence Dunkin' Donuts Center. I forgot what year that was. You remember?
I don't know what year that was.
But now, the Royal Rumble, some of those pay-per-views like WrestleMania, is only going to take place at bigger arenas. So we're not, unfortunately, going to see a WrestleMania in Providence. But these other pay-per-views are going to take place in Providence over the future. And it's going to be good to, attend Backlash. So we're going to go look into the prices of the tickets. But they're probably going to charge an arm and a leg for it. Because when Raw came to Raw came to Providence a couple months ago. Prices for the tickets were 3 times their amount that they were charging 2 or 3 years ago, and so it's like they're charging a hefty fee for tickets nowadays. So hopefully they'll go back down with the prices of tickets, so that will be more affordable for people who want to bring their family. Bring their kids. It'll be good to bring their nieces. But when they're charging like $70, $80 for a ticket for, the nosebleed seats, paying for 4 to 5 people, that's over $400 for, a group of 4 or 5, just to watch wrestling. So I hope they do go down in their prices.
Yeah.
Now, at the Providence Dunkin' Donuts Center, there's no bad seat because that place ain't as big as these other arenas.
Yeah.
There was times that we got seats that was way in the back, but we were able to see the ring good. There was times that I even got floor seats. There was 2 times out of the 4 or 5 times I got floor seats, we got stuck in the back aisle on the floor, and we couldn't see nothing because people were standing up every 2 minutes and they were holding signs. And so I said, next time I'm not going to get floor seats, I'm going to get seats up where I could actually see the ring, you know, dead on, instead of sitting behind somebody who keeps standing and holding up signs. You agree, Joe?
Yeah.
Okay, well, has she talked to you at all?
Not
She's
really.
been quiet over there.
There's nothing to say.
Oh, okay. But if she did say something, you understand what she's saying?
I'm not sure.
Okay. Have you thought about getting counseling, Joe? Like,
Yeah.
what's her face there? Bliss, Alexa Bliss?
No.
Okay. All right. Well, Valentine's Day came and gone. Hope everyone had a good Valentine's Day. Coming up sometime in March is St. Patrick's Day. You're Irish.
Yes.
I'm Irish. Maybe we'll wear green next show in dedication to.
I wouldn't be able to. I have a green shirt. But I wouldn't be able to wear it.
Why not?
The background.
Oh yeah, the green. You're right. Because of the green screen, we can't wear green. You're right. But St. Patrick's Day parade is actually going to take place this year in Boston. The last 2 years it got canceled because of COVID, I believe.
Oh.
But I heard on the news earlier this morning that Boston is going to have a St. Patrick's Day parade. So who knows? I might be able to go there and I'll watch it for the first time. When I think of St. Patrick's Day, I think of one thing. And what's that, Joe?
Here we go. Corned beef and cabbage.
Corned beef and cabbage, you're right. Food. Well, are there any restaurants along the parade route, Joe? Because I was going to say I could eat my food and look out the window as the parade is happening.
I have no
Because
idea.
if I watch the parade, I'll end up getting hungry. Then when I eat, I'll be happy. But I don't want to be hungry watching the parade. I'd rather be full watching the parade. You agree?
Yeah.
Okay, well, this time has gone by so quickly. Thank you, Joe, for stepping up, or should I say sitting down, taking the co-host spot. And thank you to Emma Lilly for sitting there being quiet. And thank you to the director for directing us. Have yourselves a great 2 weeks. We'll see you in a couple of weeks. And be safe, and we'll see you next time.